And most of you have seen some videos maybe online on social media for what we've been doing for our baby, Redbull Copper Drift since 2008. So I was talking to all the media. The idea of introducing Redbull Copper Drift, as we all know, it's motorsport is so expensive worldwide, not only in Sri Lanka or in Lebanon or in anywhere. So that's how we wanted to come up with a motorsport discipline, fun, people can enjoy and watch like a football playground, standing in one place and watching all the action happening, and that does not cost a lot of money. So we came up with Redbull Copper Drift because drifting has been really booming all over the world, since mid-2000s, and that's how we said, okay, let's try to do something, in particular with drifting. So to have a road car, your own personal cars, it has to be a rear-wheel drive car first, definitely. And we can do some small modifications to all these cars so that it can drift. So front-wheel drive cars are not allowed because we cannot drift with front-wheel drive car. A four-wheel drive car that I've seen also here, it can drift, but it's so hard. But anyway, we're here to teach you guys, to introduce the CPD for you, what to do, the obstacles to expect that you can practice on anytime you want, and to try to help you with my expertise. I started as a rally driver, I'm still a rally driver, hill climb and autocross champion. And also when we came up with the drifting of Redbull Copper Drift, we started into the drifting scene, and that's how in 2013 we set the Guinness World Record for the world's longest drift that I did in Abu Dhabi back in 2013. So with all our expertise here, the team of Redbull in Sri Lanka, we're here just to try to help you, to introduce the Redbull Copper Drift rules, regulations, obstacles for you to be ready for next year, because as you may know, we have a world final every year happening in a country. 1 month ago, the world final for 2021 was in Egypt, where we had participants representing their countries from all over the world. We had 19 participants there, and hopefully next year we can have the winner of the Redbull Copper Drift in Sri Lanka will be, participating under the name and representing Sri Lanka in the 2022 Redbull Copper Drift World Finals. The place not yet confirmed, but you will be also, you have an idea about that. So now we're here. I'm not gonna ask you later when you're driving, whenever you want me to come and test your car, I'm ready to do that. You can sit next to me just to show you, okay, how we can use the car. As you see now with the first run that we did, even though I'm not used to right-hand drive cars, I drive left-hand drive car, but still, with the CPD, it's only on first and second gear, how to use the handbrake, when to apply the clutch, when you double clutch, when you do all this stuff. So whenever you feel like, guys, that you need me to help you, I'm ready. And also, maybe some of the cars, you don't have what's essential for drifting, which is a limited slip differential or a welded rear differential, because we all know, guys, we need the rear tires to be working simultaneously together so that the car can drift, okay? And to help with that, you need a handbrake, a good handbrake. Now, we all know that the standard handbrakes are cable driven, so with the cable, if you apply it 1, 2, 3, 10 times, then it won't be effective. While with a hydraulic handbrake, the pump that you have, it will give the same pressure all the time to the rear brakes, and that's how you can rely on the hydraulic handbrake to lock the rear tires and then start drifting. Now, before we start, I need to know, you as in Sri Lanka, have you ever had some drifting events here happening, or not yet? Nothing at all. Okay. So for us in Lebanon, when we started in 2008, we were the same like you're doing here. And most of the countries that we visited for the first time, we had the same thing. So we've always seen the drifting scene outside, everywhere in Japan or in the States, where you have the Formula Drift and you have the tandem drifting going all the way. Unfortunately, with the tandem drift, you know that you will need like 1,200 horsepower car, and you need a lot of grip, where you need to use semi-stick tires, ethanol, methanol, all this stuff. So that's really costs a lot of money. And I don't think that we or you guys can afford to do that, from the beginning. So that's why when we came up with the Redbull Copper Drift, we said, okay, we need amateurs to try to come with their own personal cars with some really little small modifications to do to the cars, and then they can have fun in a safe place, move them out of the highway, and instead of being risky at the highway, come and just show us what you have here, to try to make a champion out of you guys, out of the amateurs. And this is what we've proudly been doing in our region. And now, as we can see, lots of international drifters competing in the European Drift Masters or even Formula Drift or anywhere else, they were graduated from the Redbull Copper Drift. So that's the good thing. Now, as I said, the most important things usually to have is a rear differential that can help you to drift either a limited slip or to weld it, a hydraulic handbrake. It's better to have a better steering angle because, you know, as long as you go sideways, the better angle, the more angle that you have, you can make more control on your car. And that's it as basics. Now, definitely how much you want to go up in power, it depends to you guys. I don't mind. Definitely an exhaust would be nice just to hear the sound and the tires screaming all the way. So, first of all, let me try to show you a couple of videos. I have some onboard videos from my car, how we started back with a standard car. It was a Super Impreza, by the way. It was a four-wheel drive car, but I had to, to disconnect the front axles, so it became a rear-wheel drive car with a manual gearbox, with a hydraulic handbrake, just a standard car, which you can build any car of you just to reach that level, which is so easy. Hopefully to see that next year. Later I will show you my latest drift car, the Nissan 350 with a sequential sensor as gearbox, the big angle, big power. We're talking about 850 horsepower and all the reinforced axles and all these stuff. So this is the ultimate where we need to reach. But I just want you to remember one thing. If you have the best car, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be able to win the Red Bull Cup or Drift. Okay? You need to have the skills. You need to be really trying to learn the track, because as you know later, we're not gonna be practicing for the track for the Red Bull Cup or Drift. You're just gonna walk the track, see me drifting, and then it's your turn. So you have to read the track, you have to know to have control between you and the car, and the chemistry is the most important. Now I'm sure later I'm gonna see some maybe good cars with drifters that need some small attention, or to teach how just to control the car, or the opposite. I mean, a very good drifter, but the car is not helping him enough. So we need to work on that area, so that this way for next year we will be ready to do the Red Bull Cup Drift. And after we're done, I mean, later you can take from Red Bull Sri Lanka all the options and all the details for all the obstacles that we have in the Red Bull Cup Drift. And you can do it your own, guys, in a safe environment, in your backyard, in the parking lot, in a karting track, so you can practice all the time. This way, for Red Bull Cup Drift next year, you will be more ready. Okay? First of all, let's talk about the obstacles that we have and we've been using in the Red Bull Cup Drift since 2008, and it's the same exact measurements and sizes that we use everywhere on Earth, but the placement of the obstacles, it differs, it depends on the track that we have. But I mean, the obstacles are, we start here first with the donut, okay? We all know what's the donut, so we can just do a couple of, drifting around a certain element or a certain obstacle, a barrel, a cone, or anything else, okay? Definitely the closer you are, Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, okay. So definitely the closer you are to the obstacles, it's always better, for the judging, and better for your own control. After the donut, we have the figure of 8, where we have 2 donuts next to each other, where we need to do the figure of 8 in between them. And this is how we're gonna start our event today, with the figure of 8, okay? After that, we move to the number 11. It's just that, number 11. Where also there, we have to do another figure of 8. Okay? Here it shows how precise, how you are controlling the car, and you're taking care of just flipping the car from one side to the other, doing transitions from right to left or from left to right. So we're also gonna have the figure of 8 today. After that, we have the box. We also have a box here. Okay, as I said, the measurements that we have here are the same that we're gonna have, we have all over the world, so you can practice on that anytime you want. So the box, usually we have either one box or 2 boxes. Usually I put them on a very fast section of the track, okay, because you're gonna be going really fast, let's say second on first gear, on third gear, and then you have to slow down, engage first gear, and then just do a donut inside the box. So here it's gonna be easy, it's just here, so we have to enter the box, do a donut and a half, and then exit the box. It depends on on the track, as we are saying here. Now, what we also have here is the pendulum. Okay, we used to call it also a clipping point. So this is the blue ball that you're gonna see there. Okay, where we're gonna be going sideways and trying to hit the pendulum, the ball, with the rear right side of our car. Okay, without hitting any other obstacle. This also shows you precision, how you can control your car. It's so nice. It is hard, but now you will see it here. And one of the most important things in Redbull Kappa Drift, which unfortunately we won't be able to use today, because I mean, as we say, we're introducing it, so next year hopefully we can have it in the CPD. It's the flipper gates. Okay? Usually it's done on the fastest section of the CPD track, where the car will be going sideways. Let's say here you'll be hitting it from the rear left side of your car, then you do another transition to hit it on your rear right side of the car without going straight. I mean, later for next year we're going to talk about the judging criteria and how to judge these stuff, and believe me, it's so hard, because anytime the car goes slightly straight, that's it, you're losing a lot of points. It's not a zero, but you're losing a lot of points, especially for the section. For example, the pendulum that you see here, we have a section for the pendulum that starts here and ends here. So you have to be drifting completely, going sideways without hitting any obstacle and without going straight from this starting point, hitting the ball, and then exiting here in order to get the full points, or else you'll get a zero for this certain obstacle. Okay? Don't bother yourself. I mean, for these details, we're gonna talk about next year for Redbull Kappa Drift. End to end, usually the Redbull Kappa Drift, it's done in the spiral, where we see here it's a spiral that you have to enter, and then you end it here, where you also have two gates in the spiral. One gate, and this is the other gate. Okay, it's so nice. You're gonna see that next year. Don't bother yourself with what we have here. Now, so these are the obstacles that I was saying that you can use. You can build your own with the help of Red Bull here. Maybe later they can do a training, maybe also events for you guys prior to the Red Bull Kappa Drift, and this way you can feel more free just to do all that. Now, I don't know if all of you can see the picture here. Is it clear for you guys or not? Can you see here? So this is, a view for the Red Bull Kappa Drift World Final that happened in Jordan back in 2012. It's on the lowest point of Earth. It's minus 420 meters below sea level. Can you imagine that? But here from the top view, you can see the figure of 8 here. You can see it used to have a slalom there. This is an H like the double boxes. This is the 11. And the gates that we have here with the pendulum or the clipping point. So it's so easy, just this one area, you can see the people, and as we said, it's like a playground, like a football or basketball playground, where everyone is sitting, spectators, media, everyone are enjoying the action in one place, and the drifters are showing the skills just from the inside. Now, a small video I'm gonna show you first, talking about car control and drifting. On 2 TVs or 1 TV only? Okay, 2 TVs. So that's my Super Impress that I told you about. That was in Bahrain next to the F1 track in 2011. As you can see now, guys, we have an H pattern gearbox, normal gearbox. The steering wheel, we didn't have extra angle for that. That's the hydraulic handbrake. Okay, the red lever here we see that we have to use, which, as I said, it helps to lock the rear tires, and then you can initiate the drift. Now, the most important thing in drifting, it's the chemistry, guys. I see some people on the phone, so when you're done, we can continue if you want. Okay, guys, ready? So, the most important thing is the chemistry, guys, between you as a drifter, as a driver, the steering wheel, okay, your hands on the steering wheel, your foot on the accelerator or the pedal, okay? It's all the chemistry between all this. You know, when the car loses control and you start going sideways, okay? There's no traction anymore, so the car is going sideways. You have 2 things to do, how to control the car. First of all, with the steering, where you have to go opposite to the angle that you're going. Let's say you're drifting, or the car is drifting in a right hand side angle, so you have to turn the tires to the left, okay? This way to try to control the car, but this by itself, it's not enough. You have also to go on the throttle, accelerator, to keep on powering and to keep on sliding and to keep on drifting. So that's the chemistry that I'm talking about. If you go too little on the throttle, so the car won't go, it will stop or it will spin. Okay, and if you go too much on the throttle without using the steering also, the car also will go straight or it will go out of the line. So that's why the chemistry between you guys, the drifters, your hands on the steering and the throttle, that's the most important thing. Now with this video, this is what I'm trying to show you here. It's maybe done on first and second gear, not that fast. but just to try to see. One more thing, you know that before applying the handbrake, the most important thing to do is to apply what? Clutch. I'm happy to hear that. So guys, please, because or else you'll break the car. Okay, it might tend to lock the rear tires, but it's gonna break after 2 or 3 tries. So first of all, clutch. We turn to the angle that we want, let's say a left corner, we turn to the left, we apply the handbrake, we remove the clutch, throttle, and then we control the steering. Okay? So please just try to enjoy this one. That was the figure of 8. Now second gear, going to the fast section. That's a long U-turn. Guys, do you listen to the sound of the engine? I'm not going full throttle all the time. It's just, you know, trying to work between the throttle and the steering wheel, okay? The more you go on the throttle, or the less you do with the steering wheel, or the opposite, you won't continue drifting. That's the figure of 11. Now I'm inside the 11. Flipping to the left side. I don't know what I'm saying, but I mean something. Now we exited on second gear, going to the fast section again. You see that sometimes, guys, as you have seen now, I was going on second gear and I need to slow down a little bit. You can do that with the handbrake. Clutch, little bit handbrake, so you can just drop the speed of the car, okay? And then you can continue after that. And that's the donut again. Let me show you another video with my latest drift car, which is, as I said, the Nissan 350Z with a sequential gearbox, which really, the sequential makes our life so easy, okay? You forget about the clutch, you just, you know, use it on the first gear, and then you just go to drift. But as I said, this is so expensive, and hopefully we can reach that level later. And look at the steering angle, guys. I have the Wise Fab angle kit on the car, which helps a lot, you know, to drift in a very big angle. Here I'm going in third gear. This is fourth gear, so just imagine the power that we have there on these cars. That's the donut here that we're doing. So this is, I mean, two examples. One example is a car that most of you have now, which we can modify a little bit to make it like the first video I showed you, which is the Subaru. Okay, and the other one, hopefully in the near future. I mean, if you have budget, you have sponsors, especially thanks to all the media coverage, this will help all of you guys to get better sponsors. And don't forget, the social media will play also a big part for that. So hopefully, man, in the near future we can get, similar cars in Sri Lanka, and this will help you guys to be competing to the top positions of the world Redbull Drift World Finals everywhere happening. Now, as you've seen, I always have someone sitting next to me in the car. Okay, and this is also what helped us to spread the Redbull Drift all over the world, is to give chances to people to sit next to us while drifting. Definitely with a helmet, with a seat belt, in a very safe position, safe place. So this helped a lot the Redbull Drift to be spread all over the place. And for me, on social media or everywhere I am, the most asked question is, please Abdo, I would love to live this drifting experience next to you or next to any other professional drifter. And that's what we'll be doing, and hopefully next year we can be doing with Redbull Sri Lanka, is doing some online competitions or selecting some VIP guests or media to sit next to me and to enjoy this lovely experience. So this means how people are anxious always to know about drifting, to sit in the car that can drift, and that's so nice. I have a small video here how it all started in 2011 also, the whole idea, and that's how it's been spreading all over the world. And this is, as I said, the most asked question ever for me is people would love to live this experience. This video alone in 2012 had like almost 14 million views on YouTube. Of course, not because of me, it's because of the girl sitting next to me. I mean, that was Here it was done in a safe place, I mean in a karting track without helmets, as you can see, because we were shooting for TV, for Another one we have here. Okay, this guy. Here I'm talking to the guy, telling him, are you scared? He said, no, I'm not scared. By the way, they didn't know that we had a camera in front of them. It was hidden camera, so that's why you'll see some expressions, really funny ones, especially with this guy. Okay? This guy from Saudi Arabia, he was telling me that he's a drifter, he's not afraid. I mean, he makes that, he do drift all the time, so good. I told him that's normal for you. He said, yes, it's normal for me. You're not afraid, huh? He said, no, it's okay, under control. I told him, are you trying to tell me something? He said, no, just keep on going. So, we were giving a chance, I mean, as I said, to a lot of people, and that made us famous there, people. I believe that's it. So, as you've seen, it's something fun, it's something nice. I mean, in my TV program, it's on NBC channel, it's the #1 in our region. So I had a program called Driven, where I take celebrities, singers, people, that are really well known there, and just put them next to me and go for a drifting ramp, and having some really scary obstacles like the fire, like hitting a wall or this stuff. And that really boosted a lot the drifting, and in particular the Redbull drift in our region. And as you know now, with social media, it's so easy to spread anything, everywhere, anywhere that you want. So hopefully all this will help you guys to learn more. You can just, type Google anything that you can see, anything related to Redbull drift, and you can see lots of videos everywhere happening. I don't know if we still have anything for us. Yes, let's see here the obstacles for the Redbull drift. Okay. So guys, these are the obstacles, or the file that you can get from, hopefully from Redbull later, or online maybe you can get a link for that. Where you see all the obstacles in one place. As I said, you can see the two boxes on top with the flipper, the figure of 8, 11, the pendulum, and the spiral. And each obstacle here, we talk about it exactly with the right measurements. Okay, what to do exactly for that, and some live pictures for that also, and what to use. So that was the pendulum here that we can see. Here are the flippers that unfortunately we're not gonna use today, but just to see here, like this is the barrel here that you can see. Okay, and this is the hand exiting the flipper, where you have to hit. This is a live example also for the barrel. All the measurements that you need. So I would love if you guys can just have an idea about that. If you have, a place that you can build that, you as a community, as a drifting community, hopefully in 2 or 3 years, we're all gonna be proud of what we're doing now. We're building the drifting community in Sri Lanka here with the help of Redbull and the help of you guys. That's the figure of 8. You can see the 2 barrels separated by a 6 meter. Okay, so if you have these 2 barrels without even this white and red barriers at the back, just 2 barrels separated by 6 meters, you can just do the figure of 8 anywhere, any place that you like. And it's going to be the same in all the Redbull drift events happening all over the world. Okay, so that's the figure of 8, and that's also here the 11, I believe. Okay, let me show you the 11. Just a second, guys. That's the box that we have also here. It's 10 meter, as you can see, guys, 10 meter. 3 hands that we have here, 3 sides, 10 meter, and the barrel is exactly in the middle, and we're gonna have a box here. Okay. We're gonna also have a box here that we will use, and we will practice on also there. Okay, guys. So these obstacles we're gonna see a very important part of it now here. And then, as I said, you can practice it in your own background. So, Amri, how many participants we have today?
Around 34.
And they are all here now?
Yeah. Yeah, the other guys on call, brother.
Okay. So guys, the schedule for today. Now I'm gonna show you the track. First of all, we're gonna walk the track, me and you guys. Okay. Just to show you exactly what I'm expecting from you in round 1. It's gonna be easy. Round 1 is gonna be only around the figure of 8. Okay. First round, guys, it's gonna be only around the figure of 8 and the 11. Okay, here we can just, I need to see your cards. Yeah, here I need to see your cards. I need to see you, okay? On only first gear, we're not gonna go into second gear even here. Don't bother yourself by shifting or doing all the stuff. So the only thing is going on first gear, using the handbrake, doing the figure of 8 first, and then another figure of 8 and the 11 between the barrels, okay? This way, I'll be sitting from the outside. Each car will have like almost, guys, each car will have like 3 runs for that directly. When I'm standing there, you can have three tires. I can talk to you between one trial and the other if you're doing a small mistake or what's to be done to make it better. After we're done there, we will move to the fast section where we're gonna do also the figure of 8 and the 11. But after that, we have a long U-turn left where we're gonna hit the pendulum. Okay, the ball that we set, and then after the pendulum, we enter into the box where we're gonna do 2 donuts there and stop there. Okay, but first, as I said, we're gonna start with the first section, the figure of 8 and the 11, to see your cars. Maybe some of you are really good drifters, but the car cannot drift. So what can we do? We cannot continue after that, or the opposite, where you have a good car, but the drifter needs some small, points just to clean himself, to work more on his maybe drifting skills, and then we can have a good package for drifting. So, anyone have any question regarding the CPD clinic that we're having today? We're all okay. Okay, don't forget that before we start, helmet is mandatory, okay? Seatbelt also, and don't forget to buckle the helmet. And I don't want you to be stressed, guys. Please, this is not a competition event now, okay? This is the clinic. We're here, we're having fun. We're in a dream place, as I can see. As the Redbull Car Parts Clinic, what Redbull Sri Lanka has done, it's a wow for me. Honestly, to be drifting in an airfield here next to the planes, it's just amazing. Let's have fun. Please, don't forget, drifting is only inside the track. Any car, please just listen to me, all of us. Any car that will spin a tire outside the track before entering or after exiting, unfortunately, we're gonna have to be sorry and take it outside and no more chance here. Please guys, we have to control our nerves, okay? So, inside the track, do whatever you feel like. It's so safe for us, for you, for the marshals, for the media, for everyone. But please, let's not try to make any mistake, okay? And let's control ourselves and our nerves outside the CPD track, okay? Okay, let's go there. Let's all meet me at the arch of Redbull there. Only the drifters, please. Just meet me there. This way we can talk more and walk the track. Definitely the media can be around us, no problem. But we can walk together. And please, guys, don't feel shy. Don't feel shy. Whatever you want, just ask me. I share the same passion as you guys. Okay, we all love cars. We all love the smoke of the tires. That's our perfume, by the way. So let's have fun, okay? Don't be stressed, and let's enjoy.